Versailles. Yeah.
Granger's finishing his chocolate, but we're going to talk about Versailles. So we went out to Versailles several days ago, and I thought it was great. It was obviously one of the coolest things to do in Paris. I think the amount of tourists that we saw there definitely
solidified that.
Yeah, for sure. And so we took the train out. It's about an hour or so.
It wasn't a bad ride.
No, it was probably less than an hour. I don't know, hour-ish. We live right by Les Halles, or it looks like Les Halles. But anyway, we live by that train station. So I was saying before Cameo walked in half naked that we live right by the train station that lets us get to the outskirts of town.
Metro?
What is it?
Metro.
Suburbs. That's the metro trains that take you to the suburbs. We live right by that, so we just walked down to that train station and headed out to face the onslaught of crowds. You really want to go early, and we didn't because we didn't want to wake up.
So we got there. Get a lot longer.
Yeah, we got there at like noon, and the lines were incredible.
It wrapped around the things.
So much so that like when we first saw them, we're like, this can't be the line.
We didn't think it was a line. We were like, is that like if you don't have tickets?
It was a line though.
It was a line.
But it went quick.
Yeah, it was a fast moving line. You were moving most of the time.
Yeah, and it was even in the sun. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too hot a day, luckily, when we went out there. So anyway,
plus the courtyard out there is cool.
Yeah, just looking at the building from the outside is pretty amazing. So we did that, and we finally got in, and we were using a Rick Steves audio guide tour, which I love those. They're my favorite.
I would recommend it. It was fun.
It adds a lot to it, but not only does it add a lot to it, it kind of gives you a game plan for getting through there.
It's really big, so it like highlights the cool.
Yeah, what's cool about it that otherwise you'd be like, what is this? Oh, it's a cool painting, but he kind of will tell you.
Explains it a little bit and why it's there.
But we had a little bit of trouble like navigating it at first because he's
like,
go to this
construction
room.
Or no, not construction. What is it called?
Renovation, construction, whatever.
Yeah, so like the one wing we wanted to get to, we couldn't.
Yeah. Anyway, but
it still worked out.
We worked out really well. And so we all listened to that, and Granger and I ended up kind of getting paired off from the rest of the group and just seeing these lavish buildings. Oh man, so these paintings on the ceilings and statues everywhere and like wallpapered walls and everything. So that was pretty awesome.
It was awesome.
And then after we saw the huge ginormal palace, at least the part that they let us see, we went to the gardens.
Those gardens, the Versailles is awesome, but like the gardens, I didn't even like really think about them when thinking of Versailles, and they're definitely a highlighted bonus. They could be something like by themselves.
Yeah,
like, you could do the gardens one day and Versailles the next if you really want to.
I agree. Good point. And we had a little picnic out there. I remember the first time we went to Versailles, it was actually in February, very cold, having a picnic in those gardens with Granger when he was like 1.
Totally remember it. It's freezing.
He doesn't remember.
Food was amazing though.
Yeah, but we were there with Cora, and it was great. And so it was kind of fun to have that memory to go back to. And we had a great picnic, and we walked around the gardens. And then we found Marie Antoinette's little gardens.
That's cool. She has like her own little peasant village.
Yeah, she had this little, like her own little Disneyland village made for her so she could pretend she was a peasant, where they perfumed her sheep so she could take care of them but not have to smell them. And
all her gardens were tailored for her.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was kind of reminded me of a movie set a little bit, actually. Because
yeah, it did, huh? Like a 17th century movie set for the Queen.
I thought it was cool, though.
But it was super cool. We enjoyed that a ton. The boys.
It had a bunch of twisting paths in it. And, like, it's the gardens, and you'd be, like, going through, and then you'd come upon, like, a mini palace or, like, some... Like, you're in the gardens, but, like, a garden of flower. Does that make sense? It doesn't really make sense. But if you go, you'll understand.
Yeah, but you go through these things, and then you go through the paths, and then you'll see the buildings, and then you go through another path, and you'll see a grotto, and then you go through another path, and you'll see like a
fountain and all these statues.
Yes, so it's got a lot to discover, and I think we are all missing outdoors a little bit. We're kind of outdoors people. We've been in the city for a long time.
You don't
so
see green too much in the city.
Yeah, so just being able to run down those paths. We let the kids go one way, we went the other way, and just letting everybody run around. And the kids played mythical god games for at least an hour.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of the highlight, just because we needed that nature time. But Versailles, great, wonderful day out in Paris.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Highly recommended.
Highly.
Have a great day. Live your journey.